Bueno, pues vamos a hacer la misión de Tali, traición. Tali tiene un asunto personal de qué hablar. Pues ya sabéis, la misión de compañera, la misión de lealtad de Tali. Amigos, amigas. Vamos con Tali, a ver qué nos cuenta.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason.
What?
I'm
Están
scared,
locos.
Shepard.
Nobody who knows you could believe you betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems
Traición.
absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
Naturaleza de los cargos.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
Castigo.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the migrant fleet again.
So no prison and no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration. Monitored work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile can still have children, and those children are welcomed
Qué
back
curioso,
to the
tío.
fleet.
Qué curioso. ¿Es frecuente esto?
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians. She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate gang.
¿Qué le ocurre?
Was she convicted?
No, she made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my
título
innocence
póstumo.
that way.
So how does the trial work? How soon do we need to get you there?
They'll wait a reasonable period of time for me to come and defend myself. Eventually, if I don't show up, they'll try me in absentia. As for how it works, it's less formal than an Earth trial or something you'd see on the Citadel. We're family. This is just the worst kind of family meeting.
Echaré una mano.
Okay, let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
Vale, viaja la flota nómada. Donde me digan, básicamente. La flota nómada. Pues nada, para ahí que nos vamos. Puesto de mando, por favor.
No messages for you, Commander.
Gracias. Vale, relé. Tenemos que pasar por la gasolinera, a comprar tabaco y a echar gasoil. Depósito de combustible. Compramos unas sondas. Vale, y dice... Ayuda a Tali. Umbral de Valhalla. Vale, la flota nómada. Para allá que vamos. Dice, la flota nómada reúne a 50.000 naves que transportan a más de 17 millones de quarianos y es la concentración más numerosa de naves espaciales que se conoce en la galaxia. Aunque los quarianos en peregrinación han visitado la mayoría de los mundos colonizados, son muy pocos los miembros de otras razas que han entrado en una de las naves quarianas. Qué chulo, ¿eh? 10. Qué chulo, tío. Vale, obviamente, vamos a Tali, faltaría más y vamos a llevar a Garrus. Un segundo. ¿Puedo cambiarle el aspecto? Me gusta. Sí. Sí. Tal cual.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Captain Shepard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
I never actually reached the rank of captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives aboard. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your crew and harm as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Keep us alive. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepard.
Telly helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
You sent Geth materials back to the migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on a project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Vale. El
You
capitán.
should speak with Admiral Grant. She's waiting for you up ahead.
I can't believe they're charging Talizora with such a thing.
If Talizora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand for her, she's as good as can be.
Consigue un capitán coreano que la apoye. Es que es muy interesante el hecho de que puedas conocer desde el interior a los quarianos, ¿eh?
I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron, Shepard Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
I take it being associated with the human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Talizora Vasnima. Whatever we must call you legally.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented
Tenemos que hablar
by his
nosotros
or her
por
ship's
ella.
captain.
So, You would actually speak for my defense.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
Los diseños son alucinantes, los diseños de personaje, armaduras, que como cada raza, especie, mundo tiene sus particularidades. Es acojonante, tío. Es uf.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused Talia Zora of Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against the charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Talia crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus.
Claro.
By right as Talia's captain, Shepard must stay.
Toda la razón, claro.
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Talia Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that our captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Talia Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Tali would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so, but I would never send active guests to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarian strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you Boshtet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason.
Menudo día que está llevando Tali, la pobre. La acusan de traición, al parecer el padre está muerto. Madre mía.
I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shepard. But there is still hope. Handgirls greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren. Admiral Koresh sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
Así que no tenemos ni
You're
idea.
saying there's no data about the inside of the ship.
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful.
Sí, es buena idea.
Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have forced.
Es buena idea, ¿eh? Hay que pedirle el recibo a Seguro.
You caught that. Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the homeworld.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
Ya, entiendo.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
Entiendo, sí. Quieren recuperar su mundo. Bueno, mira, si caen, pero...
Ran got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard? Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rail inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, as Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining suit wetter he always was.
¿Por qué Corris es tan malo?
You disagree with Admiral
Corris
Corris'
es malo.
policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago.
¿En serio?
Wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home.
¿Está a favor de los
Any
Geth?
research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
O sea que está a favor de los Geth.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Aquí está Corris.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Qué majo,
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalcoris Vas Quib.
Quick,
Do
quick,
not ask about
quick,
the
quick.
name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
You have a ship named Quib?
Ay.
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures, and have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
Quib.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Sarah are not to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
Pero este tío está a favor de los Geth, ¿en serio?
You and the other admirals
No
appear to have
entiendo,
some
no entiendo,
disagreements
tío. No
beyond
entiendo.
Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rail Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
Vale, es que yo no sé si es que lo explica mal o que yo lo entiendo mal. De primeras parece que está a favor de los Geth, pero realmente lo que luego cuando lo escuchas hablar parece que es que él lo que busca es hacer crear una si lo digo, una comunidad o como queráis llamar y medrar allí, básicamente. O eso entiendo yo, no lo sé. Bueno, puede que esté metiendo la pata. Pero creo que es crear un nuevo hogar, básicamente. O eso quiero entender, vamos, no lo sé. Vale, pues nada, en principio vamos a ver si recuperamos la nave de los Geth. Que finalice el juicio, ¿vale? ¿Y qué? ¿Por dónde nos vamos? Ah, vale, es que no podemos coger la Normandy, claro.
How could you not tell me this, Captain?
I'm sorry, Tali. I was under orders from Admiral.
Ah, claro, Dana, que no hablamos con él.
I couldn't say anything. She wanted to get you onto the Alarai. She said that the Admiralty Board needed to see your reactions. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Claro, Dana.
Who decides where the migrant fleet is going?
That's a more complex question than you might think. The Conclave votes on where we're going, but the Admiralty works out how we get there.
Evita los zonas de los piratas.
Avoiding areas of piracy, scheduling resupply, that sort of thing.
Seems like you're cut out of the loop.
Raya has a representative in the Conclave, like every other ship. But me personally, I don't... If my crew doesn't like the way things are going, we're free to leave the fleet at any time. Of course, since the Raya produces about a third of the fleet's food, they try to keep us happy.
We'll talk to you later, Captain.
Vale, pues nada, vamos a... Tenemos que coger una nave... Sí. No nos va a llevar la Normandía. Tenemos que coger una nave. Y creo que es por allí. Sí, creo que es por aquí. ¿Qué pasa, Marco? ¿Cómo estás? Madre mía, ¿no hay suficientes puertas? Sí, este es el guardia.
Talizora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
¿Sabes qué hay allí?
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
Me encantan los Geth.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kila Selai.
Kila Selai. Kila Selai, Team Geth. Sí, a mí me encantan, ya lo sabéis. Ya lo he dicho 20.000 veces. Me mola mucho el rollo. Me mola mucho, tío. Hostia, qué nave más chula, tío. Vale, la haré. Vamos a hacer un guardadito y nos vamos. Bueno, recupera la nave.
Get ready to fight.
Muy bien, muy bien. Vale, vamos a hacer una cosita. Vamos a cambiar hacia ahí. Vale. Ataca. Eso está muy bien, os digo, Eso está estupendamente, Ojo, lo de poder piratear a las IAs, ojo, que mola un montón, Ya os lo digo, Créditos. Muy bien. Dura un rato, sí, dura unos instantes, pero mientras dura, oye, pues eso que te llevas. Lo de piratear a la IA y que puedan pelear por ti. Un dron.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secured drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home and Father would send a small ship.
Me gusta el ambiente de las naves de la flotilla, parece más acogedores que las naves de la... Yo creo que influye mucho también el color, porque tiene colores más cálidos que el resto de naves.
How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds
Son muy buenos en
of
eso,
our
¿no?
fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent.
Shepard.
I passed up
Shepard.
lines because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which
Shepard.
is worse. That I got
Vale, aquí
slaughtered
hay
in something
gel.
dangerous, or that father actually did all this.
Vale, verde, blanco, blanco es este, azul, azul, naranja, azul, azul, blanco, este, blanco, no, sí. $4.200 créditos, vamos, hermano.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Kayla. How many get their networks?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down. Shut everything down. They're in the system.
Blanco. Este.
This looks interesting.
Potencia de escudos. Vamos. Merece la pena, amigos. Qué temazos, macho. Madre mía, tío. Qué puñeteros temazos, tío. ¿Qué tal, Jesse? Este ahí. Este aquí. Este aquí. Y ese ahí. Vale.
Right.
Parece que no.
This should soften him up. Right. First one. This
Más
console
cositas.
might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
¿Qué piensas de esto?
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
¿Sabías esto?
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques.
Hasta que estaba intentando hackear los Geth y se activaron, tal vez.
They may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible.
Una suposición. Estaban intentando hackear a los Geth, se activaron y acabaron con ellos.
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our home world.
Claro, es...
We should keep moving.
Right.
Claro, es un... Ojito. Ojito.
On it.
Change weapons.
Ah!
You got it.
Hostia, qué grande, tío. Vaya puñetero grande, tío. Ay, Dios mío. Muy fan, tío, de... del Ged ahí. Del Ged haciendo ballet. El cascanueces, vaya grande, tío. Ay, Dios mío. Se abrió, tío. Ha sido absolutamente maravilloso, tío. Perdió fuerza ahí en las patillas, amigos. Hizo el Van Damme, sí, sí. Bueno, ese tiene un nombre, ¿no? ¿Cómo se llama en ballet? El espaguet o espaguet o algo así, me parece que es, ¿no? Bueno, no sé si es realmente así el nombre, pero me suena, pero puede que esté metiendo la pata, ¿no? Vale, a ver, cadáver cueriano. ¿Papá?
Father!
Sí.
No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to clean up your mess.
Hey, come here.
Ay, Dios. Pobre Tali, tío.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
Do you want to get your father back to the shuttle?
No. Leave him. The mission comes first. It's what he would have wanted. Come on, let's finish this.
Ojo, es una parte muy triste, sin duda. Sin duda, amigos, una parte muy triste. Una caja fuerte, bueno, sí. Esto aquí y esto aquí. Créditos, baterías, botiquín y creo que no hay nada más. Hay una caja fuerte, hay un par de cajas fuertes. Creo que esta es con esta, creo que esta es con esta, sí. Y esta con esta y esta con esta. Hemos perdido a Papá Tali, amigos. Papá Tali ha fallecido. Hombre, no tenía yo mucha de aquella ya de... Quiero decir, yo no esperaba yo mucho ya de... No esperaba yo encontrarlo con vida, la verdad, las cosas como son, No tenía yo...
Hostile engaged.
Clocked hostiles. Look sharp.
¿Hay uno aquí? Sí. Justamente. Consola acuariana.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble new Geth with what we have. Bypass.
A ver, el padre se nota que el fondo era... La idea era buena porque lógicamente quería ayudar a su pueblo y ayudar a su hija. Pero la lió parda, básicamente.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted
La lió
this.
parda.
Everything here
¿Recordáis la
is
del
his
meme de la piscina? Pues lo hizo igual, pero con
I tried to
Geth.
pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Tali, without this
You
evidence...
think I don't... But I can't go back into that room and say that my father...
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Claro, ella no quiere... Ella no quiere que se manche el nombre del padre, ¿sabéis? No quiere que su nombre quede manchado para toda la eternidad, ¿no? Está un poco complicado el tema, ¿eh? Está un poco complicado.
Very well.
¿Qué pasa, Aldo? ¿Cómo estás?
Prepared to render judgment.
Sorry we're late.
Tali Zora Vas Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to the Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps Tali Zora can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Tali helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. And Garrow wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
With all due respect, Admiral, I didn't represent one of your people. I represented one of mine.
So you did, Shepard.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
Kila Salai. Bien hecho.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
Well, you can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Come on, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
We can use this.
Bien hecho, amigos. Bien hechos, ¿eh? Sí, señor. Bien hecho. Absolutamente maravilloso. Gánate la lealtad de la acuariana. Vale, pues nada. Bien hecho, sí señor. Fantástico. Vale, mejoras de armadura. Daño tecnológico. Bonificación del pelotón más 40 daños tecnológicos. Las herramientas estándar se calibran con unos datos neuronales con un amplio margen de tolerancia. Al personalizar los datos de una herramienta, de los patrones concretos del usuario, se puede mejorar mucho la capacidad de respuesta y potencia. Muy bien. Fantástico. Pues nada. Potencia de escudo Geth. Dice, más 25 la potencia del escudo. Mejora a los miembros del pelotón con escudos Geth. Vale, nada, y nada más. Pues oigan, maravilloso. No sé si tendremos aquí algún mensaje. Hemos recibido los Cerberus. Sí, bueno, esto es de la alianza. Y oigan, estupendo. No puedo decir otra cosa.